Earlier in June of 2022, Vladimir Putin declared the end of the unipolar world as opposed to the multipolar world order Russia is attempting to create, but really it's the Kenites on the multipolar end of the globalist spectrum, the robbers of thy people as they're called in Daniel 11:14, who will exalt themselves to establish the vision of a global government, that is to say, but they shall fall, and that word translated as fall in the Hebrew in this case means to fail. So in other words, there are two warring factions of Kenites, and one of these factions wants to create a multipolar world order while the other faction wants to create a unipolar world order, which is basically a continuation of the US-led post-World War II order, the United States being the current king of the South while the Russian Federation is the current king of the North, according to the Daniel 11 hypothesis on biblicalresearchlabs.com. So when you see these various news agencies saying the world is already in a multipolar system, that's propaganda coming from the multipolarist Kenites. The current so-called unipolar world order isn't the new world order because there will be no actual one world government until the woe of the fifth trumpet after the great horn of the he-goat written of in Daniel chapter 8 verse 8, which is the United Nations, in my opinion, gets broken, so to speak, the he-goat becoming the leopard at that time, symbolic of the Kenites and their four hidden dynasties providing the infrastructure for the one world system that won't come into being until the beginning of the 5-month-long hour of temptation, having 7 heads, which are symbolic of the 7 continents of the planet Earth, and 10 horns, which are 10 fallen angel kings and part of Daniel's exclusively supernatural 4th beast, with the lion and the bear being the 4th king of the South and the 4th king of the North, the Christian nations and the Ezekiel 38 Confederacy. And then after the New World Order, as it's called, receives a deadly wound, which is most likely one of the countries on one of the 7 continents declaring independence from the one world system, Satan will appear as the Antichrist, called also the King of Babylon of the end times, at the woe of the 6th trumpet, causing the deadly wound to be healed because those who were rebelling against the global government will cease and desist once they think Satan is Jesus' return, and that's when the Christian nations become non-Christian nations also at the beginning of the last half hour of the 5-month-long hour of temptation. Those final 2.5 months or 70 evenings, the 70 years in captivity to the Babylon of old, were a type of.